Namaste. This week's Zing is filmed in front of one of our wonderful Triffids within Zing and is inspired a little bit by plants and the fact that many of my wonderful people comment on the plants in Zing and then comment that they can't make anything grow at home, their plants don't look the same, what do I do? And when we start talking about slowing down, one of the things about slowing down is that you notice more things. And to be able to grow Triffids, you need to notice when they need something. Is it more light? Is it less light? Is it more water? Is it less water? And this isn't a once a month, oh my goodness, we've got to water plants kind of journey, or a once a week, right, we're just going to go around and water everything. This is a day-to-day little bit of noticing of what's different in your environment. And so slowing down is about becoming more aware. And one of the things that is the biggest barrier that people talk to me about when it comes to slowing down is time. And taking the time to notice things means that you're often saying to yourself, there's not enough. There's simply not enough. It's a finite resource, I don't have enough of it. And yet, quite often what I find is that people avoid looking at how they spend their time. So, this week, one of the inspirations for this side of the Zing is getting you to look at how you think about time and how you spend it. So, a classic example is someone who feels that they don't have enough time to be creative. They're rushing around with a job, they might have children, they've probably got a home to keep, and a relationship on top of that, plus friends, plus family, you know, all the stresses of modern life. In their inner world, whether that's writing, whether that's anything that they want to put out into the outside world, we've still all got an inner world, has taken a real back seat. And in fact, they can often feel guilty that they want to spend time contemplating, want to spend time reading a good book even. And yet, when we really look at how they spend time, there's always little pieces of time that they can eke back. And it does mean a little bit of sacrifice, but that sacrifice is often worth it. And usually the things that have been sacrificed are things that actually they don't really need to do in the first place. Might be a TV show that they go into another room while it's on and do something for themselves. Might be turning the phone off when they go have coffee and taking out their journal instead. It might be that they get up half an hour earlier and spend half an hour writing or reading or contemplating or meditating or doing yoga or all of the above. And it's also about recognising you don't need big bits of time to do that. As you begin to slow down like that and as you begin to take that time, something really interesting happens, and that is that level of noticing starts to go up. So one of the challenges you might like if you're not a houseplant keeper is to actually buy a plant and nourish it and nurture it and see whether you can notice it more often. Another way to implement more noticing is to move something in your environment each week or each day. And this is more those that work in an office environment or who are often in front of a computer and get zoned into that computer and nothing else in the world around them exists. Change where you sit, how you sit, change something on your desk, park a little snail on a different side, and I mean a little written snail, not necessarily a real one, on a different side of your monitor each week to remind you to slow down and notice. And it's those little things that teach your brain to not be on autopilot. Because realistically, to slow down, you're turning off the autopilot, you're coming into a more conscious way of being. And so think about those ways that you think about time, think about the ways you spend time, and think about how you notice things or whether you notice things. And do some little things that kind of shake it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to shake this thing in here up so that you become more aware and more able to slow down. And if that's your challenge for the week, then at least once this week, try and move your frame of reference from not enough time to where can I find time, from wow, the whole day slipped by and I didn't notice anything, to that was really beautiful, what happened at such and such. Or, wow, I stopped to look at that new building going up, or that old building, or whatever. Try each day to find something that makes you recognise that you're alive in there and conscious, and that you can slow down and be more within that life of yours. So, from the Zing Triffid, and I, namaste.